Buckle up. You put the boards away, right?
Yeah, one of us split up.
Okay. Alright, how does it look your way?
Clear car.
How's it look your way?
Clear.
Good looking.
Turn left on Sonoma Lake Road, then take the first right. Turn right at the stop sign.
Well, that wraps up our stay at the heart of Route 66 Auto Museum. It was a wonderful Harvest Host stay. And now we're on to just a regular campground that we're going to stay at that we've actually stayed at before. It's a Passport America member campground, so we're going to get a 50% savings on our stay there. What you see coming up here is paying a toll with the rig, and it's gotten less scary for us as we've done it a number of times. In the ideal situation, you would have a transponder so you could just blow by these locations, but you'd probably need about 10 or 15 transponders to be able to cover the whole US. So we just have a couple important ones over on the East Coast area, and you'll see here that we're paying manually. Coming up here, you'll see that we're driving through the Oklahoma City area, and it's kind of cool when you are visiting a place again for the second time and you start to remember things like this Skydance Bridge, which quite honestly we discovered when we were riding our bikes, had no clue it was going to be there, but it was just one of the bonuses of being able to wander around. On one of our biking adventures, we stumbled across a place called The Gathering Place. We actually did a video on this. It's episode number 29. I can tell you, if you take your family here, you will be an absolute hero. It is a giant park that has activities that are segregated by age. There's something for toddlers and teens and adolescents. It is beautiful, well maintained, absolutely a showstopper. The city of Oklahoma should be proud to have something like that in their arsenal for tourists to enjoy. One of the many important jobs of the navigator is not only to plan our route, but to also plan the bathroom breaks for the driver. Now, off to the left here, you'll see a TA, which is where we would normally fuel up, but on the right here is a Pilot Flying J, and for easy on and easy off, it was just more convenient to use. Now, we will pull into a place like this off to the side. I can use the restroom and we'll be on our way. This particular time, a lane was open. I pulled forward so I didn't block anybody, used the restroom in the rig, and we were on our way. Off to the right here, you'll see a Blue Beacon truck wash, and we have had pretty good luck getting our rig washed at those lately. It's nice to think that you're going to do it yourself, but it's an immense amount of work, and if you have it done in a resort, be prepared to pull your wallet out. So we've been stopping at these, and in fact, in about 2 or 3 stops, we do stop at one, which we did record, and we'll include that in one of the upcoming videos. We always call ahead to make sure that the Blue Beacon is the kind that will just power wash your vehicle off, and you can in fact request for it to be done twice, and they will not use brushes. Now what you see here is we're pulling into a TA to get fuel. That's our preferred stop now. We use the TSD logistics card. That saves us a ton of dough. So of course we're no longer going to the Pilot Flying J's because they have chosen not to participate in that program. This truck stop was actually a little bit busier than most, but sometimes that's a blessing. It allows you the time to get reorganized in the cab, maybe get some snacks going. Certainly the driver can take the opportunity to go to the restroom. Again, You can see here that I pump about a half a tank. I have a 150-gallon tank. Here I took on 63 gallons. I spent $144 as far as the pump was concerned. But because we're members of the TSD Logistics program, we can look on our EFS app after the fact, maybe about 15 minutes, a half an hour, and you'll see that I paid a 65-cent user fee. I only paid $110 for my $144 worth of fuel. I saved $33.82, of which I have to give $3.38 back for that privilege. We have a video that we did on the TSD Logistics program probably almost a year ago now. It's episode number 96, and we go in infinite detail on how the program works. At that time, actually, we had only stopped 3 times and received the savings, and we were so blown away that we knew we had to make a video on it. If you'd like a working copy of our Excel spreadsheet on our TSD Logistics savings, we would be happy to send it to you. Send us an email at ourjourneyinmiles@gmail.com and we'll get it out to you. You can see that on this stop we saved 48 cents per gallon, and in April of 2020 we hit the jackpot when we saved 83 cents a gallon in Florida.
Take exit 1 on the right toward Texola.
Sue and I typically like to travel only about 5 hours or 250 miles. And once again, our RV Trip Wizard planning tool put us at the Double D RV Resort. Now this place might not look like much, but it's the absolute perfect stop. It's so close to the highway, but yet you don't hear that traffic. Easy on, easy off. We've been parking the rig now for 3.5 years. So we have lots of things that we need to look at. We need to look at the trees on each side. We need to know where the trees are, because if they're in the right spot, they can be okay, but in the wrong spot, they can impact the awning or where the slide opens up. One of the things that we encountered on this particular setup was the sewer connections actually were very close to the rim of where the gravel was, where your tires were going to be. And they had little pointy rocks sticking up right where they were. So we had to be extra careful that we didn't drive over the pointy rocks and punch through the sewer system. One of my best newbie tips to you at this point would be to make certain that you get yourself a decent pair of walkie-talkies, because a lot of people start out relying on their cell phones only to discover when they're out in the middle of nowhere like we are right now that they don't work, and then you're backing and running blind. Alright, so the big slide, when it comes out, it will hit these trees. So if we don't open the little slides, we need big slide clearance.
You're going to bring it back much further, so go ahead and bring it back.
And can I go way over on the passenger side?
Got room on the passenger side.
And that pointy rock I was talking about, that's right by the electric box there, right?
Totally clear.
So this is maximum gravel on passenger side?
That's nothing. You can come right back. Swing your back end over to the driver's side more. Yeah. You want to bring it all the way back and we'll park the car in the front, or how do you want to do this?
What do you think? You make the call.
The way you are right now, looks like all slides can go out and the car can be hooked up.
Oh yeah, I forgot about hooking the car up. Duh. Alright, let me come out and look.
So we're now at Double D RV Park in Texola, Oklahoma. We're like 1 mile away from the Texas and Oklahoma borderline. And RV Park, it's in a city that's pretty much going to be a ghost town. But it's on the honor system here. So we took an envelope, we filled it out, and it's part of the Passport America membership. So we put our number there, and it tells you how much it is. Nice thing with Passport is we got 50% off. We're giving it a little bit more. We think they could use it. We appreciate the stop. But so it shows you they've got tent sites. You can use their dump station. So they've got envelopes here on our system. Fill it out, and then you drop it in there. We got it. It's all sealed.
We're affiliates for Passport America, so in the bottom of this video is actually the link for joining. You can see that, like Sue said, this $32 charge now became $16 for us. We put $20 in because we appreciate this place existing. And the red boxes, which are 30 amp hookups, they're even cheaper. So Passport America could do that for $14. About 1 or 2 stops from now, we're at a really fancy resort, and I think for two days there, I think they allow us. They cut the price of that resort in half. It's just like too good to be true. So we really like Passport America, and we think you'll like it too.
So this is actually the Windmill Restaurant, and as you can see, it's closed. So we were here about 2 years ago, and the Windmill Restaurant and the RV park are owned by a couple. And we actually did eat in this restaurant and talked to the couple that own it. You know, the town is dying. We saw on Wikipedia that it's got like 36. They said, no, it's about 30. I'm thinking it might be less. But when Mark had actually called up to make sure they're still open and reserve a spot for us here, she did say the restaurant's closed because her husband had a heart attack and they just couldn't do that anymore. But the RV park is still open. And right across from the restaurant, way in the back there, you see a gas station. She was telling us last time, 2 years ago, that that gas station actually was owned by her brother-in-law, and he was ready to retire, couldn't sell it, and sounds like he pretty much just walked away and abandoned it. But we do have a video, I'll put the episode in there, of this place and Texola, the near to be ghost town, which would be a shame if it does become that. But it's a cool video. I liked it. It was kind of moody, historical, interesting, and there it is. Windmill Restaurant and Double D RV Park. You can see how close the interstate is from us. And that is why Texola is pretty much a ghost town, because of I-40.
It's very quiet though, actually. You don't even hear those trucks.
No, you really don't. So this is Double D Campground. Not too many spaces, but they've got full hookups. 50 amp, 30 amp.
Yep. $16 it cost. 50 amp, full hookup.
And that's with Passport America, 50% off. Right. Otherwise, $32 if you're not a member of Passport America. Yeah, this is all railed off. This was not closed off like this last time we were here. Definitely more run down. It's just a sample of what it looks like here in Texola, with the houses totally abandoned, vehicles abandoned. Although you can see in the background, there are people still living here. This is one of the interesting things that we put in our last video. Right here is a one-room jailhouse. A little history behind that. Check out our video. You'll get more detail on that. Interesting. Look any different in there?
10-speed bicycles in it.
Were they in there last time?
I don't remember.
Wow. So now we're on one end of Texola, and this actually is the old Route 66.
Yeah, and it was a divided highway because this is traffic all one way. There's some lanes over there.
Yeah, divided.
So, you know, because this was abandoned and replaced by the interstate, any and all businesses along here just died.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if there had been a Walmart on Route 66, it would have survived. But,
you think? Somewhere here on Route 66 is one of the famous gas stations.
Yeah, it's right up to the left.
Yeah, what was the name of it? I want to
Magnolia.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
So this was the house that we, on our video, this is the house we look in.
Oh yeah. This is the house. It's just one glare for me right now, honey.
Okay. That's the house we looked in.
Yeah, check out the video. It's eerie. Wow. And then right across the street, this is the Magnolia gas station. Once upon a time, a gem.
Yep.
So here there's actually a restaurant. Is that a restaurant? That was pretty
Yeah. Well, it's a watering hole, but it's also a cafe.
a cafe that seems like the place to be here for those who are still living around this area.
Actually, if it wasn't COVID time, we would have made it a point to eat here.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, whether it's good or not, we don't know. But it's the Tumbleweed Grill right here.
Oh yeah.
It's actually really well kept, you know, for a cute little place. Souvenir t-shirts.
Yeah. This used to be a restaurant, obviously not anymore.
Yeah.
And that's it. Now Road 66 just takes you out of town.
Yeah, Route 66 must have been pretty cool for it to be a divided highway like this. So,
Yeah, no kidding. A lot of traffic.
yeah.
Right, there's more in the city. It's, I don't know, maybe about 10 square blocks. We just hit a few, but check out our video.
Yeah, you should put a aerial view of how odd shaped the Google Maps is of what's left of
Texola.
Texola, Oklahoma. So Sue, I don't know if I told you this, but last time we were here and we were by this sign, there was a phenomena that happened to me. When you're walking around and you're in Oklahoma, it's beautiful here and we love to RV and drive through Oklahoma. But the minute I go to Texas, I don't know what it is, but oh! Yep. When I'm RVing in Texas, things are really different. For instance, on Route 66 here, we even got a truck that'll go by. But then when you get back to Oklahoma, it's a lot more calmer. So,
Not as grand.
yeah, and I fell over that weed 2 times. You know, if I was in Texas, there's no way I'd fall over weeds.
We're falling over weeds. Marco.
Oh! Yeah, you know why? You don't fall over weeds because your legs from the horses, they're a little bit sturdier like that.